Hey, Rocco, another nice win for your team, but there was a tough moment there seeing Luis Arraez having to get carted off the field. How tough was that to have to see that? But then how impressed are you that your team still found a way to rally?
Yeah, it was overall it was, a nice day. Besides that, obviously that's a tough moment, and nobody ever wants to see that. I mean, Louis has been wonderful for us, but that doesn't even matter. You just don't want to see anyone having to deal with a situation like that. Luckily, initial reads, X-rays were negative on his ankle. He's already in there, breaking a few smiles and seemingly, doing a little better than he probably initially thought. He was definitely scared at the time that it happened, and I don't blame him. But at least we got some pretty good initial news, and we're just going to go with the right ankle sprain, and that's seemingly what it is right now.
Were you concerned that it was maybe worse than that?
You know what? There's no real way to ever know. You can't get a great feel for any of that. You could look at the same injury on a ball field, and you end up with a bunch of different outcomes. So there's no real reason to speculate. You wait and let the doctors do their things. You do you get your X-rays done, you get your testing done, and see what it says, and go from there.
Nelson Cruz has hit some pretty big home runs over the course of the season, but that one seemed especially large considering what had just happened a few minutes before.
Yeah, he's done things just like that. He's done them often. When you need something really positive, when you need a pick-me-up, when you need a big hit, he's probably the right guy to have up there and the right guy to be involved in the situation. And just another good quality, moment at the right time for Nelly.
Situationally, did you want to get pitchers you over in the event that maybe the weather tomorrow is just not good enough to get a game in, and so today was more of your safety net in that respect?
The way we were kind of planning things out, there were there was a group of guys that we wanted to throw today, because the way it kind of times up, we can give them another day off the mound next week, and then they'll be ready to go on Friday. So we didn't want to push it to tomorrow. You never know what's going to happen. You can push things off, and like you say, it could be weather, could be really anything. But if you threw them on Sunday, the guys that threw today, if they threw on Sunday, then you're talking about, do you want to throw them Wednesday? If you want them to throw Friday and potentially Saturday, you probably don't want to throw them off the mound on Wednesday. And if you're going to throw them on Tuesday, you might not want to throw them tomorrow. So the way it just kind of balanced out well was to throw them today.
The further testing, is that going to include an MRI? And is it just the ankle being looked at, or are there other areas being looked at?
We're focusing on the ankle right now. I think we're fairly certain that that's what we're dealing with. And I would see, I shouldn't speak for the medical staff, but we're usually pretty thorough, and I would imagine that we'll have some further testing done.
He kind of grabbed his hamstring, but that turned out to be nothing.
Yeah, I think people, I think, I can only say this just because of firsthand experience. When you deal with something that's some sort of injury or something that you're not used to feeling, you don't always grab the right spot, and there's no way to really know. That there's, rightfully so, people get frightened, and a lot of the time after a break, you kind of cool out and you start to feel things and observe things more normally. So I think that'll happen as time goes on for Louis.
Do you think he was confused by